Spirit Airlines has officially filed for bankruptcy following the breakdown of merger talks with Frontier Airlines.
Spirit Airlines has filed for bankruptcy as their debt payments are continuing to loom.
After years of mounting losses and a failed merger, Spirit Airlines has filed for bankruptcy protection.
Spirit Airlines, the nation's largest discount airline, filed for bankruptcy protection today.
Known for ultra-low fares and fees for just about everything else, now it's Spirit Airlines looking for a deal with its creditors.
If you've been paying attention to the news, then you have heard that Spirit Airlines, the #1 budget airline in the United States, has filed for bankruptcy protection. And there are a ton of rumors that are swirling around about why they had to actually file for bankruptcy.
Airline industry analyst Henry Hartevelt.
Perhaps they bought too many planes, expanded to too many routes. But also the market has changed. Spirit's customers now have more choices.
While suffering through $2.5 billion in losses over the last 4 years, Spirit has had to sell 23 airplanes, furlough more than 150 pilots, while an engine issue grounded many of its newest planes, and add a failed merger with JetBlue. We talked with Spirit Chief Commercial Officer Matt Klein in June.
Brands have to change. Products must evolve. And we were kind of stuck in a spot that didn't allow us to change the way that we knew we should and that we knew we could.
So you heard it there. They bought too many planes. They overspent. They weren't budgeting correctly. But if we're going to have a real conversation, let's push past the political correctness and push past the mendacity and have a real conversation. There are only one of two reasons why a company enters into a new market like Spirit Airlines entered the airline market. You're going to compete on two different fronts. You're either going to compete on price or you're going to compete on service. And Spirit Airlines does not have any shortage of budget flights and prices that they provide to fly anywhere around the country. Let's look at this for an example. If you're going to take a bus trip from Chicago to St. Louis, just using that for an example, you'll pay this price, around $100. If you're going to take a train from Chicago and you're going to go to St. Louis, again, just using that as an example, on Amtrak, it's going to cost you about this price. But Spirit Airlines came out and they are competing to try and get as many customers as possible. And you can book a flight from Chicago to St. Louis and you can pay as little as $39 one way, or you can stretch it out and pay $45 a month to pay for that flight. So if you're sitting there and you're asking yourself, hey, if I take a bus, it's going to be around 8 hours. If I take a train, it's going to be around 4 to 5 hours. But I can jump on a plane and I can be there in a couple of hours. You're going to attract the same type of customer who would take a bus or who would take a train, and they'll go ahead and pay that $39. You're paying less money, you're getting on a plane, and you're going to fly into St. Louis. You're going to be there quicker. You don't have to worry about all of the length of time that it's going to take to actually ride on a train or a bus. You might think to yourself, man, $39, that's a steal. For my round trip flight, I'm going to pay less to fly from Chicago to St. Louis than I would if I was just traveling one way on a bus or a train. Sounds like a great opportunity. You're going to save money. You're going to get there quicker. But there's an issue that we need to confront, because if you're going to be the type of person who would ride a bus or who would ride a train, and you're going to jump on a plane, you're going to have a different expectation. You're going to be a different target market. You're going to be a different echelon of person who's going to be traveling from Chicago to St. Louis, just using this for an example. And that's where the problems begin.
We want to begin with that all-out brawl on board a Spirit airline flight that landed at Logan Airport.
Yeah, you might have seen this all over social media. So a Framingham mother and her daughter were nearly caught in the middle of it.
Right, let's go.
A tussle on the tarmac. This fight breaking out on a recent flight right after it arrived in Boston.
Cell phone video shows fists flying on a Spirit Airlines flight. It happened on a plane from Myrtle Beach that landed in Boston. Drew Creeds reports.
A Spirit Airlines flight attendant almost gets hit while trying to break up a fight on board a plane right after touchdown at Boston Logan Airport. Cell phone video shows a brawl escalating in the aisle as passengers were about to get off the plane.
So you see that happening right there. A fight breaks out on a plane while it's landing. It's landing in Logan Airport in Boston. I've flown into that airport many times, flying on business. I've never been on a flight where a fight broke out. But this is the question that Spirit Airlines has to grapple with. They have to grapple with as they are lowering the prices to try and attract more customers. They're getting a different echelon of customer that is predisposed and has a proclivity towards this type of behavior. But maybe this is just a one-off. Maybe I'm just over-exaggerating. They had a couple of fist fights break out. Maybe the employees who work for Spirit Airlines are of a higher caliber.
It's every traveler's nightmare, losing a bag while traveling to your destination. But what if the bag is found before your flight ever leaves the ground? That would be great, but for one Spirit Airlines passenger, it was anything but.
The gate agents caught on camera trashing his belongings, dumping expensive medications, family heirlooms, and jewelry, house keys, all trashed by gate agents, laughing and recording the incident.
Bitch, don't play with me. Do not play with me. Do not play with me, because I'm not the one nor the two. You're not the one or the two. Let's go. You ain't got shit done. You ain't gonna do nothing.
Name my ticket.
Speaking on me for nothing. Like I said, keep my name out your mouth, bitch. Keep my name out your mouth, because mine is always in yours for some reason. No, some reason. It always out of here. Out of here. Out of here before I slap the shit out of you. You're not gonna smack shit. Try me. You think you're fucking tough? I'm not trying me. Try me, 10 people. I be done drop kicked your ass. Out of here, you dirty bitch. I'm not dirty at all. Yes, you are. Out of here. You and your raggedy ass fucking bitch. Out of here. Go suck. Let's go. You going to jail today.
Hey, Julie. Hey, Julie.
This man, Cush Venghetto, 25 years old, is charged with grand theft after deputies were alerted to thefts of personal items from the interior of luggage, which belonged to customers who flew on Spirit Airlines. Venghetto was located inside the airport, BSO says, and arrested.
So you see the issues are still happening with the employees. You've got employees fighting with the airline passengers. You've got employees fighting with one another. You've got employees that are stealing passengers' luggage. This is crazy. But okay, maybe that's happening, but I'm sure the customer service is very, very high. The standard for customer service is really high on Spirit Airlines. It's on par with all of the other airlines. I'm sure customer service is not an issue at all.
Spirit Airlines says it fired the gate agent who put a 6-year-old boy on the wrong plane. The child was flying by himself from Philadelphia to Fort Myers, Florida on December 21st, but he was put on a flight to Orlando instead.
If you're still watching this video and you're finding value in this video, do me a quick favor. Stop what you're doing right now. Subscribe to the channel. We are so close to hitting our 1,000 subscribers and our minimum watch hours, and it's because of people like you, watchers like you, who are taking a second to hit that subscribe button, liking the video, sharing it, and leaving a comment. We really appreciate your assistance in helping us reach our goal so we can continue to bring this valuable content to you. Thank you. So you can see right now, the issue with Spirit Airlines is not that they bought too many planes. It's not because they are having any issues financially. It's not because even they're doing these low fares. They're trying to compete on price so they can gain market share. Plenty of businesses do that. The problem that Spirit Airlines has is brand reputation. When people see these videos over and over and over again on social media, and then they have to make a decision and think to themselves, is this $39 cheap flight that I'm going to get worth the drama I'm going to have to experience by possibly getting into a fight with a passenger, possibly getting into a fight with an employee, possibly having my luggage stolen, possibly having any number of issues. Let me show you this last clip. This is how Spirit Airlines customers reacted in an airport when their flight was canceled. Spirit wasn't able to keep up their end of the bargain, and this low echelon of customers lost it.
It's a passenger revolt as total chaos erupts at the airport. Police were called in to sort out turbulent scenes involving furious passengers at the Spirit Airlines terminal in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Here's that ugly moment from another angle. This passenger was taken away in handcuffs as things around him got heated. This woman was hustled away by officers. Another passenger was pinned to the ground by 3 cops. The trouble exploded after Spirit canceled 9 flights, including one to LaGuardia.
So I'm sure for those of you who are still watching this video, you see a contiguous theme between the people who are behaving so poorly, this low standard of behavior, this inability for self-control, this inability to just behave with some scintilla of civility. You see that it's the same group of people who are behaving like this across all of these different videos. And we have to hold each other accountable. I don't care if the person who's acting crazy is a black man, a black woman, a white man, a white woman, an Asian person. I don't care what the ethnicity of the person is. If you are going to go into an airport and try to fly on a plane and you do not have a modicum of self-control, you need to be held accountable. You need to be arrested. You need to be placed on some sort of do not fly list. I don't care. When I fly for business and/or when I fly for pleasure with my family, I don't want to have to look over my shoulder and have to worry about whether or not I am going to safely make it to my destination, which is why I don't fly Spirit Airlines. I would never, under any circumstances, trade my safety and my time and my peace of mind for a $39 flight when they're just going to nickel and dime me, and I'm probably going to wind up spending the same amount of money anyway. Do yourself a favor. Go ahead and spend that extra money. Fly American, fly Delta, fly United, fly a major brand so you don't have to worry about the drama. And I'm going to even do something more for you. I'm going to do another video where I'm going to give you a travel hack where you can fly first class for pennies on the dollar. Do me a favor, subscribe, follow The David Seaton Show, share this video, and drop a comment. Let me know, do you fly Spirit Airlines? And do you think this antisocial ghetto behavior, let's just call it what it is, do you think this ghetto behavior is acceptable? I'll catch you at the next one.